Hello, boozers, and welcome to a very special event tonight. I was debating going live. I didn't know if I really wanted to or not. However, I had to. I honestly had to. Consider this a midnight release. For the people that are in Calgary, congratulations. You get to see what's going on here first and foremost. For everyone else, this is actually a beer that I think is going to be something quite unique. Um, this actually I've been waiting for a while, and I wanted to make this a special one, so I thought I'd do this live. Tomorrow there's going to be a special event at Willow Park Wine and Spirits where they're going to be releasing a one-of-a-kind beer, and I managed to get my hands on it a little early. What beer is that? Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot of people that are going to be able to try this one because this one's going to sell out really quickly. Because here in Calgary, we have two very special people out of a bunch, but two very special people that came together and did a brew at Big Rock Breweries. That would be Alastair, who was a member of Big Rock Brewery, who's recently, if I remember correctly, has retired from the business. And one person who I keep mentioning all the time, I've actually worked with this guy. He's been absolutely amazing, and that's Dave, the beer guy. This guy is actually one of the go-to guys at Willow Park Wine and Spirits. So, which beer am I talking about here? I am talking none other than Big Rock Brewery's Bonnie Fantastic Ale, Alastair's Bonnie Fantastic Ale, sorry. Dave the Beer Guy's limited edition strong beer. Now, both these guys had to get their name on this beer, and I don't blame them. These are two very, very well-respected people in Calgary for the beer area, and like all over Calgary, people know Alastair. If you don't know who he is, he's been a very well-respected person in Big Rock Brewery. If you don't know who Dave the Beer Guy is, you've never been to Willow Park Wine and Spirits and asked Dave, hey, what kind of beer would suit my needs? And he'll give you the answer. So these guys came together and did this beer. So I'm going to read the back, and we're going to get into this beer right away. Strong, bold, complex, and slightly peaty. Oh, crap. Peaty, guys? Peaty? Let's continue. Slightly peaty characteristics of this ale and the man behind it. If you enjoyed great craft beers in Calgary over the years, chances are Alastair Smart personally placed at least one of them in your hands. We may not have placed them in my hands, but I probably bought them. Perhaps he just did. I'm going to say yes, folks. Capping a 30-year career with Big Rock Brewery as a founding sales rep, this tribute brew was crafted by Dave, the beer guy of Willow Park, and his friends at the brewery. A Scottish-style heavy ale with aromas of toffee, caramel, and subtle peat. I hope it's subtle, because the last time I had a peated beer, I was smelling Band-Aids and everything else like that. So yes, once again, this is brewed with Big Rock Brewery. Dave, the beer guy, worked with Alastair in tribute for Alastair, who, yes, has been around for many, many years. An amazing, amazing thing to see. So, let's crack her open and see what happens, shall we? And thankfully, I was drinking earlier at my desk, so I have my trusty Big Rock Brewery bottle opener, because Big Rock doesn't do twist tops. They only do pop tops now. I cleaned out my special glass for this, so let's hope this beer is going to be absolutely amazing. On the pour, we have a very, very dark copper color. very little head to it. So it's going to be one of those things. We're standing at 5.8%, which is thankful because I just downed an 11% beer from Flying Monkeys. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, folks. On the nose, wow. You get hints of everything. It's an ale, but you have like almost like a toasted smell to it. God, Dave's gonna freak on me if I get this wrong. Not bad. Okay, well, Alastair, thank you very much for the many years of service. Cheers. And to Dave, the beer guy who I've worked with, cheers as well. You guys have rocked it in Calgary. I am actually very happy I'm going to be doing this live, and I'm very happy that I get to actually try this. And if you guys really want to try this, there's a launch party at Willow Park Wine and Spirits down in the south tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what time, but they're going to be doing it tomorrow, Saturday, and they'll be having probably these open so you can try it then. Please go check it out, go try it, enjoy it, as I might just do right now. Cheers, folks. Wow. It's got everything in it. They're not kidding. It's an ale. There's a little bitterness which has the peatiness to it, but it doesn't taste like Band-Aids or iodine or anything else like that. It doesn't have the smell of it, thankfully, because that would have probably just ruined it for me personally. It's got a very oaky sort of wooden taste to it. It is unique. Like it's quite good. There's a bitterness of probably the hops that are on the back of the tongue after you swallow. So it's not that bad. It's interesting and it's delicious. I actually like this. This is actually quite a good, unique beer that I don't think I've ever had. It's got, like I said, it's got a woody oaken taste to it, probably from the peatiness. Now, not a lot of people use peats in their beers, which is great, but at the same point in time, that's good. So what else do we have in here again? Toffee, caramel, and subtle peat. Now, I don't get a lot of the caramel because you get a sweetness and you get a lot of sweetness of the toffiness. It's the peatiness that takes over. You do get a small sense of like a sweet taste to it, but the bitter peat taste, or yeah, I guess it's a bitter peat taste, does take over in it. It is good. Like I'm actually enjoying this. It's quite a refreshing beer. It's definitely something you don't have in a standard taste of any beers whatsoever. And I think that's because you don't really mix peat and caramel and toffee together, which makes it very unique. Quite good for what it is. And for someone who's got the experience behind making beers, this is something that you can tell has got the experience behind it, because it's got a complex flavor to it. It is actually really it's one that you'd have to try in order to understand. Some people may not like this because of the way it tastes, because it is actually a little different, but the way it is actually quite good. The blend of everything is very marvelous. It does have a unique flavor overall, and I quite like this. This is something that I would actually enjoy a lot if I had a few more of. Excuse the burbling in the back. That is my new fridge, but you may or may not be able to hear it. However, I've got a fridge in my office. Back to the review. This is actually something that I would probably buy again. I really would, because this is really good. this actually brings out the flavors. And if you know these guys, you know that these guys know their shit. They absolutely know it. And this right here shows it right there. Between the experience of the two, they actually made a very awesome beer. I like it. I really like it a lot. Like this is quite a unique blend. And for 5.8, it doesn't taste like a 5.8. This would be like a 4.5 almost. It's actually that quite unique and good, and it's not strong. Like the alcohol flavor isn't there. It's more of the actual flavors of caramel, malt, peaty, ale. It's got that combination where it's not alcoholic. It's not, you don't taste a boozy thing. This, yeah, quite well done, guys, and it shows what your experience is right in this bottle, and that right there just transforms into your personality. Like this beer is part of your personality, and both you guys have got a winner right here. I'd give this a 4 out of 5 for myself because it is good. You may not think of it as good because of the flavors, but it's one of those ones where you actually have to have a good acquired taste. But if you know what these guys are like, you know that this beer actually has their personality inside of it. It actually has their style, and it actually has what they feel is a good beer in it. And it is. It truly is. This is something that I would actually drink time and time again. Because of the fact that knowing these guys, well, at least knowing one, Alastair, I've heard by reputation, is an amazing person. I don't think I may have met him in passing. Could have been one of the Big Rock events, and I'd probably been really drunk at that point in time, or very on the way to being drunk. But Dave I've worked with, and this actually kind of speaks his personality, the way he likes his bold flavors, the way he likes being bold himself. Outspoken in a way that it just shows. The beer shows in both these guys. The experience is there. The flavor is there. The talent is there. And the way they do these beers is there. They may not be brewmasters, but they know what they want in their own beers, and it shows it right here. So yes, 4 out of 5 for this beer, and it is something that I would actually go out and buy again, and I would probably get drunk off of. In celebration of Alastair and his retirement, in celebration of Dave the Beer Guy and his popularity within Calgary, because he is that damn good of a beer person to suggest what you like. And if you come to him and say, I would like this style, guess what? He will choose a beer for you that you actually like. These are guys that are dedicated to the craft. These are guys that love the craft beer style and the way they do things. And it shows in this beer. I'm rambling right now because I probably had that beer before, and it's good to ramble on. But if you find this, you can find it at Willow Park Wine and Spirits, and I can guarantee you it will be sold out tomorrow. If you need another place to go, check out Big Rock Brewery. They probably have a bunch in their brewery as well. Go there and get it. If you want something original, want something good, want something just wow, nothing that compares to anything else, because you don't expect a peaty caramel toffee kind of flavor, because those don't normally mix. These guys make it a mix. Check it out. So the people in Calgary, cheers. This is one beer you would want to get. It's actually quite good. Alastair, cheers to you. And if I remember correctly, to your retirement. If not, I'm sure a lot of people will correct me one way or another. Dave the Beer Guy, you struck gold. I've been waiting for this for a long time now. This has been one that I've been waiting for since January, and it's finally coming out in August, almost September. Worth it, worth the wait. So folks, I'm not going to make this a long rant. I'm not going to make this anything else. I'm just making this into this review. This is a live review for these guys here. These guys, These guys deserve the recognition of this beer, and they deserve the recognition of what they've done for Calgary and how they have made the craft beer come to life inside Calgary. These guys are awesome. Give them respect where the respect is made, everything else like that. And like I said, I'm rambling, so maybe it's time to wrap it up. Not going to make this a 3-hour episode, folks. I'm just going to make this a nice little review. So Dave, Alastair, thank you guys. You've made this possible for me sitting here right here in front of this camera. Because of you guys, I'm getting drunk on live TV or live internet streaming. For everyone else, cheers, stay frosty, and I will probably see you next week when I actually will come back with a true show of what I will just ramble on about and go from there. Until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks again, folks. Have a good night. And for the third person that just showed up, sorry, I'm just signing off now. Good night, guys.